Hi, hi. So I spoke yesterday about remarkable men. So today I thought I'd discuss messengers and that we need messengers in our lives. And Gurdjieff can be seen as a messenger. His book, Beelzebub's Tales, is all about messengers in it. There's lots of different characters that are messengers that he describes of how they've come with the teachings from the his divine endlessness or from the supreme God or whatever you want to be. And we've got them in all religions. Many people see them as angels, but do angels always come with messengers? Or messengers really only the ones that are humans that are picked? For example, like Moses, maybe he was picked to bring the message of the Ten Commandments, for example. It's something that I've been wondering about for a while. Maybe not all angels come with messages. Obviously, Gabriel did, came to Mary and told her about the baby she was going to have would be the Christ child. And he did a few other messages to people through the Bible. But I would just concentrate on Gurdjieff's ones now. So I'm going to start with From All and Everything. Our Lord Sovereign had sent from time to time his messengers to the planets of this system to regulate more or less the being existence of the free brain beings arising on them, for the coordination of the process of their existence with the general world harmony. So it's not just our planet that gets messengers sent, it's also other planets, because all planets are developing in different stages of the world cosmic maintenance and the world creation and keeping it going in certain ways. But we seem to have a lot coming to planet Earth because we seem to be strange creatures that like to not quite follow with the order of the cosmos, like the cosmic order, the harmony of the way everything's running. And Gurdjieff talks a lot about our problem as humans are we seem to like to destroy each other. You know, we create war with each other a lot. We kill each other. There's murders all the time. You know, why do we think it's okay to do that? And he says in his books that on other planets this doesn't happen. So messengers going to other planets must be about other things, where we're quite often told about all the killing we do. You know, killing animals for food and things, which, you know, I'm a meat eater myself, not too often, but you know, now and then I like the fish. But are we killing them in the right way, or are we killing them with bloodlust? And he discusses bloodlust a lot in his books, of that's what us humans seem to have in us, and it needs to be looked at and seen why we have that. Carrying on about the messengers, also from All and Everything. The other kind of religious teaching is founded thereupon those detailed instructions which have been preached by genuine messengers from above, who indeed are from time to time sent by certain nearest helpers of our common Father for the purpose of aiding the free brain beings in destroying in their presences the crystallized consequences of the properties of the organ kunda buffer. And the organ kunda buffer was put in us because there was something not quite right with this planet. There was an error in the cosmic creation when the angels came to create everything. And so the angels were sent, I think it was Sakaki, anyway, was sent to put the Kunda buffer in us so that we can see the world topsy-turvy for a while everything was put back into reciprocal maintenance and started working again in a harmonious way. And when all that was finished, that uh, experiment, well, it wasn't an experiment, when that correction was made, then the Kunda buffer was taken out of us. But we still lived as if we had the Kunda buffer in us. We still lived with this unreality and seeing the world topsy-turvy. And it was the Kunda buffer that made us start killing each other. And we continued to do that after it was removed, which is wrong. We need to find out why we did that. But he also says here that it's not just the common Father, his endlessness, that sends messengers. Sometimes it's the people that are working next to him, you know, the next people down, whether they're angels, archangels, or whatever in the cosmic law. They know what needs to be done and they send out the instructions. So carrying on from All and Everything, the basis for all those peculiar independent religious teachings was the totality of the indications and explanations which had still survived, and which had arisen in the mentioned way given to them by the sacred individuals intentionally actualized among them from above. So that's the messengers that came were people that were intentionally actualized, made to be able to created in such a harmonious way that they understood their teachings that they were giving, and that's why they could give these teachings to instruct to us. They were they walked the walk kind of thing. They weren't just any old teacher that had studied a book and thought they knew what they were doing and went off and taught. These were actualized, well, humans that then went on up the pecking order of the evolution, and he blesses a lot of them and makes them angels and archangels as they when they finish their duty, which is what we're trying to do, is to finish our evolution so that we go to the next stage. That these actualized individuals that were the messengers were more real, genuine people than we are at this moment. So he names some of them. One of them's Ashiata Shirmash, who is someone that is a character from Beelzebub's Tales to his grandson, but then maybe he really existed. I'd like to think so. He names Buddha as one of them, Christ, Kurminiyasha, Krishnat Naka, Lama, Muhammad, Moses. So this is some of them names are quite unfamiliar to us, but we can understand they sound quite like Krishna. Maybe it was Krishna, the god of the Hindu, the Indian religions, was seen as a messenger who came to teach us how to live harmoniously. So in Nott's books, he says, this is written from Nott, and he said he got this from Araj. His endlessness, almost from the foundation of the world, sent his messengers to the earth and continues to send them to teach men how to pay nature and at the same time to work on themselves and use part of their efforts for their own being. His messengers taught men the method by which he himself overcame the merciless hieropath. The merciless hieropath is time, and Gurdjieff discusses time in his book is what started eating away at the Sun Absolute, the home of his endlessness. And when this started happening, that's when his endlessness needed to realize to stop time eating away his home. He had to create the cosmic world maintenance that we have now to keep everything moving so that it kind of doesn't defeat time, but it works against it. But maybe I'll do a talk on time another time. I have done talks on time that are on the show with other people. I think me and Josh have done some on time, and me and Tony Blake have, so you can find them in the YouTube channel. So he gave them his only begotten son so that they might themselves become sons of God and help him in his divine purpose. And that divine purpose is the cosmic maintenance of the universe and everything against the merciless hieropath. This method in various forms was taught by all the great teachers. We have now the possibility of paying consciously so that even though the curse itself can become a blessing. So it's like when we know what's happening and understand how this merciless hieropath is working against the divine, his endlessness, and we start taking on board of doing his mercilessness, his endlessness, his mercilessness is the time, his endlessness is cosmic creation, and taking part in the work and paying back to it, then we're helping the divine stop his merciless hieropath taking over, or the merciless hieropath. I've forced it up a bit, but it's all part of helping his endlessness with his sorrow. We're working to be good, harmonized people so we can help make the universe work in a stable, cosmic, harmonious way. And carrying on with Nott, Buddha taught the method. He taught his disciples how to bear the displeasing manifestations of others, but gradually they went off the path and eventually reached the heights of intellectualism where life is not possible. In the West too, there are people who know with their minds everything about Buddhism, but understand nothing with their being. And that's part of what Gurdjieff's work's about, is developing your being. And when you start developing your being and harmonizing yourself, as I've said in other shows, you contact your higher centers and your soul, and you start working, doing the divine work, which is what we want to do. But we need being to do it, not just knowledge. You know, with that knowledge that we're learning from all these books and things, we need to use then the wisdom that's comes from it and make it work, do it, not just read it or try to understand it, but actually do it. Be a genuine, real person. Be aware of how you're acting, and as you were saying here, how to affect the manifestations of others that are put upon you, how to work with them, and instead of sucking it in and taking it all in and then using it in a bad way, or someone annoys you, being annoyed about it yourself. Instead, understand why it annoys you and why they're being annoying. And once you can start seeing all these things, it starts making more sense of why people are like they are. Because, as I've said in others, it's not their essence that's doing these negative things, it's their personality, it's one of their eyes. And as Gurdjieff says, it's it does it, not the genuine I, where the genuine I would be more harmonious and realize what it's doing and act accordingly in a different way, in a harmonious way. And that's how, when people develop their beings, they start developing their magnetic center, and they start having a character about them that's different to the Joe Blogs of this world, all the people that walk about that are asleep. Because once you start awakening and have being, you become a genuine, real being. So let's all work on our beings. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I can continue with some more of these. And all the best to you all, and see you next time. Be, do, act, wish, can.